This talk was done completely out of consciousness. I had no idea I did it, so enjoy it and enjoy the visuals.
As the planet shifts into a new vibration of reality, other realities become more and more apparent. Colors get more and more vibrant, even when they seem like they're your typical dark and dreary. There was a time where there was a big craze upon the planet of using psychedelic drugs to enhance your brain to tap into other realities. And there still are, I suppose. There still are factions out there that do that. What really happens when you take something like an LSD or ayahuasca or DMT, you really are tapping into different forms of reality. And then, of course, too, it comes down to how open your consciousness already is and what you can perceive of that reality and what you make of it, what conclusions then you use your three-dimensional mind to formulate those thoughts of what you see. You see, when things turn various colors, brighter colors, more geometrically shaped, accentuated, after using one of those substances, really what you're doing is you're seeing how a higher dimensional plane of reality looks. That's why we talk about sometimes our planets back in the Pleiades, the human-like planets in 6th and 7th density, having plants that talk, having intricate colors interwoven so tightly together that they make for more brighter, accentuated patterns, which then tap into and shape the whole scenery for the landscape around it. It's a matter of understanding and awareness is what it really comes down to. Knowledge is suggestive, of course. One may be knowledgeable about one third-dimensional thing and not another, and then another might be knowledgeable about that one thing, and then what the other's knowledgeable about they're not. It's really subjective, and it's all about your consciousness, too, and how you perceive things. So, it's important that your spirituality, your personal spirituality, not some labeled one given to you, your inner woven spirituality that you believe in, not anybody else. You need to take anybody else out of the equation when you're thinking that. It's just you. It's you alone. So what happens is that you get interwoven with those interdimensional feelings, and it's about how your consciousness perceives such things. So it's important that technology coincide with spirituality, because without the right consciousness to handle the invention or to handle the tool, of course with the right earth knowledge, it can be built fine, it can do great things, but only up until a certain point. Then it becomes what the Pleiadians would call a dirty technology, like a lot of the technology stolen from them by the dark, such as shape-shifting. Shape-shifting was originally created for two things. One of them was to kind of try to avoid the dark during those Orion-Lyran wars, during the onset of those. But most of it was for interdimensional travel, like if you lived in 6th or 7th density but had relatives, let's just say for an example, in 8th density, and you want to go visit them for what you would call a weekend, you would need to, of course, get your body acclimated to that, and of course vice versa, if they were to come down to visit you in a lower density than where they were at, right? You would need to become acclimated to that. The Matrix, it's, what I've had channeled to me, a couple different collectives. The Matrix was also created by the light, not the dark. The Matrix was originally created to help those in 6th and 7th density, and 5th density back in those days, 4th density, that were in the onset of those Orion-Lyran wars and were veterans that had returned from those that couldn't get that stuff out of their head. I know, because I'm one of them. And so the Matrix was created with their permission, totally nothing unforeseen, and it totally created to just to ease the surroundings around them.